All right, hello. I'm back. Okay, so there's 46 loots above this. That includes everything that's in today's chapter, which went up to for early birds, and we are just going to be adding more loots. These are ones that were mentioned offhand in the chapter, and which I need to write here. Um, yeah, the chapter has 28 loots in it. Plus, there are 7 more mentioned in Dungeon Dreams 1. They're all above this. And then there's some that they can't identify. So that accounts for 46 of the approximately 100 loots. Um, and then this will just be like dumped as a huge doc at the end of, or in an author's note or something, and then posted on Patreon and stuff. And I think it's great if you are like, hey, 100 loots, and then you actually list out 100 loots. So we will see how tough this gets. My experience with making NTADs is that it gets tougher the further you go on, because you don't want to repeat yourself. You don't want to. You want them all to be cool. You want them all to be like thematically appropriate and stuff. Um, so we will see how far I get on this. In theory, this stream could be 50 loots. If I can just do one every minute, that's only an hour. So, not off to a great start, but sorry, I gotta check. I do put periods on these. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Okay. Peanut gallery, no. I have the loot shoot threads that I will go to if I am like, geez, I can't do it anymore. I only read them pretty briefly, and I appreciate the help there. But no, most of the loots, I would say 90% of the loots in the chapter were my own. I think. It's especially these like 50 where I might need to dip into that list. But I will let you know if I'm floundering. Um, Most of these are just gonna be a sentence. Um, you can give ideas if you want, and I might take them, or I might just not do anything with them. It kind of depends. Do, 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 do. Oh, and I should warn you now, these are not all going to be winners. Like, in the sense of. So there's like the power dynamic, and there's the like, is it interesting? Does it like compel you? Is this the kind of thing that if you got it in D&D, you'd be excited to have a trifle, or whatever? Um, what do you mean these loots seem too useful? I don't know what that means. So that's the crushing loot. No. We have 2 travel loots. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna pay super much attention to that. So this is 1, 2, 3. This is 6 one. What do you call it? Not a drop. There's a different name for it. The drop the beat. Crescendo is different, right? Here. Okay. Well, right. Okay, let me define crescendo. Yeah, crescendo is gradually increasing. That's different from a. There is probably a musical term um, for like a sudden rush that's anticipated. The musical term is drop. I feel like okay here. Okay, sure. This is the kind of thing that I spend too much time on. With further loops from... Sure. That is travel number whatever. I'm not keeping super good track of these. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah. This is why this takes a while. We need 2 more travel ones. And 1, chord date. Sorry, I love my puns. This is like a super broad category. Well, this is all Greek to me. Vertebrata, Urochordata. Okay. Taxonomic, fine. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I am gonna have to go back through this and star every single one that I think would actually be used in a dungeon. What does a pancreas do? I was like, ooh, Pancrean lute. Like freaking nothing. It's like you need a pancreas. Okay, I'm going to say nothing interesting. A farrier is someone who puts horses on shoes. One, two, three. Okay, and that is 10. Just put in a little that takes us to 56, accounted for. Okay, we did 10 and 20 minutes, actually 15 minutes. That's not bad time. And this was the one counted as a combat loot. Yeah, no, I'm if this gets too tough, I'll just stop and go do something else for a bit. Because you need time to recharge, and I also do need to do some writing for dungeons. And I don't want to like exhaust myself on this. I do like the idea of the precarious loot just having a constant noise when you're in the when you're in a dungeon. There's a different one I think that has that note that's like, hey, when you're in a dungeon, this is like just a terrible thing to have around. Would it play if the noise? Yeah, sure. uh, So I did talk about this with my. It doesn't. It only plays if it's like on your person. Most NTADs aren't self-activating. So yeah, I was talking about magical loots with my son and wife as we were going to. Oh shoot! I got an email. I gotta answer, or I gotta read at least. Okay, I signed a contract yesterday, and they're like, "Hey, do you have this thing for us? We need it in like 2 weeks." And I'm like, "Yeah, I had it done like 2 months ago, and you just didn't sign the thing." Uh, okay, so we have 40 left unaccounted for. Um, oh right, I was gonna look at the whole reason I grabbed my phone was to look at. Okay. No, and I don't think there's anything interesting on the thing. We need another sensory loot. The uh, uh, so I have a list of NTADs that I keep on my phone. I'm just checking that out. Um, is that how you spell Bixodal? This document is not going to tell me. Um, yes, that is. Um, Well, it's 30 minutes for the loot stream. It's an hour and a half. There's a different stream for the exclusion stock. Um, uh, you did not actually time warp. Sorry. Ooh, maybe a time warp loot. Like, time travel is just like one of those things that you just never include because it's too stupid and powerful. Some of these names are bad. I acknowledge that. Um, there are hard numbers given in the chapter for how many. No, that was too dumb. Although what do we need? We need one more. Like, is this ever even situationally useful? That is much more useful. What do you mean, what are the 10 rings? A ring is like a thing you wear on your finger? This is much more useful. Because you can, like, touch a ring to it and then slip it in. It is ring the currency. But they're, I mean, you don't put them on your fingers, but ring is the currency. But it works for both. Uh, um, how many more travels? A couple more travel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is 70 done. Sound hole? There's the sound board. No, it is sound hole. I don't know. I'm just trying to cruise. I don't have a system. Word is usually easier to go with because then you can find stuff. But um, yeah, I think there was going to be one combat one that was it's like shooting an arrow. And pegs are the other main activation method. I mean, there's some stuff in the chapter, but no, lame. the yeah, I don't really want to tie him to magic systems. I just don't feel like it. Okay, so can I just like... Oh, that is 10. Okay. Okay, 20 left to go. Again, the intent is to go fast. We'll see. Sure, write your thoughts directly. Bum, 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 bum. Um, ba, 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 ba. Gives a count of objects. So you have the jute loot. Um, ideally these are low powered but interesting. So hopefully I'm not getting too off track here. There's some where you're like, yeah, I could like see using that or having that be part of like a show or something, but they're not. With the number that are relatively like awesome to be somewhat small. Not because I want to limit awesome things, but partly for um, yeah, more awesome ones are directly in the chapter because they need to be in the chapter because I'm not expecting people to just like read a list of 100 loots. There's going to be pretty much nothing in here. There might be one or two that are mentioned in future chapters, but most of the ones that like are plot relevant or whatever will be in or in the text itself. There's no salute. There's no absolute. Um, there's no confute loot. Five, 6, 7, 8. So 2 more for this set, and then I'll just have 10 left. What a fine use of an hour of my time. I mean, it is fine. It's fine. Here, let me look at Rhyme Zone real quick. Oh, how could I forget the cute loot? Here, wait. I need to go up. I need to go up because the fairy loot, farrier's loot, should also have an alternate name of boot loot. Right. We'll do the suit loot. Nine. What is dilute, dispute, confute? Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That means that is 90. 10 more to go. Then be done with this mildly pointless exercise. Is there anything else that we like really need to have? Probably not. Never did the absolute. Okay. I should do that. And if you haven't read the chapter, which you might not, because not everyone's an early bird, then there's a bunch of stuff that's in the chapter. It's not all the... What does this even mean? Oh, right, okay. And I've not had to consult the loot threads yet. I looked through them a little bit. I think balance is the bigger issue for me. I don't want to, like, include stuff that is just gonna, like, nuke the serial. That makes sense, right? Like, I don't want to nuke the whole serial just because. I think a little broken is fine. What is volute? Volute is what? Oh, coil. Okay. Gotta get some more pun ones in here. I mean, that's fine. I think that I think okay. So there's two aspects. There's the like how broken is it, and like can that brokenness be fixed? And then there's like the more nebulous flavor aspects, which is like, does this fit with the flavor of the thing that I'm trying to make? Does this fit in theme with the other stuff that's shown? Um, Most of the time, the brokenness can be fixed. Like a lot of these, if you a lot of these like become more power. Like for any like power system, you can just strip off the limits and it becomes like super super good, right? Or dangerous. Um, I mean, not the couplet loot. That's just I can see a bard wanting that over a normal loot. Or if it's like that power in addition to a normal loot. It's the kind of stuff that you'd find in an Entad shop because like it got pulled out of a dungeon and they, someone wanted it and you just want this thing to play around with. And actually the couplet loot is probably good if you're composing more than playing. I think that one's fine. Okay. Total. Rhyme Zone is great. Rhyme Zone has so many just like super obscure words. No, I think a meta loot, given the number of loots, is going to just create too many problems for me. So I think I can't do that. I think the absolute is just going to be scrapped because I'm spending too much time on it. Um, pentameter. Anapestic trimeter. Okay. I did remember that one. All right, got 7 more. 7 more to go. This count is not accurate. Whatever. We're gonna ignore that. Um, Look at this a little bit. Okay, I gotta rename one of these the hirsute. There's one that it is not called the hirsute loot. But should be a galoot. I know what a galoot is. Does it have some other meaning? I don't think it does. Or I guess it doesn't. Oh, what's some... Oh, so I'm gonna put like a star on ones that are potentially dungeon useful. But I'm gonna do that off stream because spoilers. Okay, we do loot. Yeah, there's like an apps. I did a lot of loot research for the chapter that came out today for early birds, of which I will say no more. But there are a ton of loots. And it's funny how people are like, "Oh yeah, like arguably, there's a ton that of loots that ah shoot. Okay, let me look up there was one here. That breaks things. What was that called? Shatter loot. You were wondering. I don't weigh in on that. No. Um. Yeah, instead of the shatter, it's the broke loot. There's no broke period in dungeons, unfortunately. Um. Sorry, I'm just looking. I got 5 left. This is like. I'm glad that. A young lutenist. Here, we'll do the. No, play the music, play the song. Have I ever tried NTAD generation? There's a bot on my Discord. Um, that does NTAD generation, but like GPT is just terrible, terrible, terrible at it. Like absolutely ass at NTAD generation. So I don't use that. I try every once in a while, and I am just always disappointed. I think a fine-tuned version or like GPT-4 might be better, but text generation stuff is bad at creativity as a general rule. Um, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Three more left, and then I'll be done with this. Uh, think I need to like look at my list of. I mean, yeah, you can pick random words out. Mostly it's that my brain has slowed down. Thankfully, it slowed down right at the end, and I can definitely power through more than that. Like, there's a Wikipedia special random that you can use that I have used. But it gets you dumb crap like this. A lot of the time, this does not help me personally at all in my process. Oh no, give me like 20 random words. Or like hit, floor, secretary. Maybe we could do a secretary one. Already did bounce. Okay. We can do a ladder loot. First level loot. This is not called the peg box. Is it? Peg? Oh, it is called a peg box. Man, I'm good. Okay. Automod doesn't want you saying peg box. But you know what? That's what's called on a loot. What else? These all need to be ones that conceivably would be discovered by playing around with them. Um, this should really be a made loot. Or a... It's another word for made. Just thesaurus meme, please. Call it the... What is a char lady? Oh, how dare you. How dare you. What's a charwoman, then? Here. It can be domestic. I just don't like domestic. Domestic is a bad word. It's not a bad word. It's just a... It's got nothing to it. Can't do that. So yeah, I'm just looking at these and I'm just thinking so much nothing. I think if I were at the start of the stream, this would be fine. But Gloom maybe has something. Forge. Finish it off with something good. Okay, all done. This is a list of 100 loots. That is all ready for tomorrow to be posted with the chapter. Some of these will be edited and might reject some and think up new ones, but that's the stream. That's the loot stream. Loot stream's done. 100 loots. So there's 28 in the chapter. There's 11 that are unidentified at the end of the chapter, and there's like all of these. So thank you for joining me. Got done with that in about an hour and 15. So we are cruised through that. Most of these are pretty good, I think. Most of these are stuff that I would give people in D&D, and they'd be like, "Oh, how can I use this?" They'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna build a gun out of this. I'm gonna like pretend to be a dude, or like find someone who needs this, or in story most of these are gonna be sold. I do need to add notes for which of these are bound to people, because there's numbers given in the chapter for how many bound to each person. But that will be off stream, and then there's 11 extra that will be identified by Falera, and but those will be, I think, in story. So, all right. Thanks for joining. I will actually probably post this to Patreon. So if you're a patron, you'll get to see this put up now. Or within the next hour or two. Depending on how I feel about it on reread. But great. All done. Thanks for joining me. See you guys later.